What's good, y'all? How's everybody doing? Is that in the right spot? Need that like right there, maybe? I don't know. I don't know where that needs to go. Monkey Knife Fight logo. We'll put it right there for now. Time for Game 7. Mavs and Clippers. 76ers almost pulled off the comeback. They were close. Just not close enough. Should be a good game, though, today. I'm excited. Game 7. It's extra basketball. We should have some Vendetta crew members joining us at some point, which is why I've got the call up the way it is. Though everything appears backwards. I don't get it. I don't know why it appears backwards. Oh well. Rocking the Grizz stuff again today, as per usual. Doesn't matter if my team's out of the playoffs. At least they made it. Very close and down to the wire. That game turned a little bit out to be. See if we can go find the game. Can finish up the Philly game. Hawks gonna take game 1. Ben Simmons to the free throw line. That's funny. He may make them. Yeah, he drains one. Breaks it off the front of the rim for the second one, but Embiid gets the and one. They're actually making a game out of this right now. That couldn't have worked out more perfect. Dude, if the Hawks somehow figured out how to lose this game, it would be the biggest choke job I've ever seen. Gets the and one. Oh my gosh, Herter turned the ball over. Got it stripped from him. It's a 2-point game. Dude. Atlanta's going to win this game, more than likely, but only because they were up so much earlier. Yeah, I just looked up here that they won, so... What a finale. The fact that they almost came back is impressive. Well, not impressive. Maybe that's not the right word I'm looking for. But, like, how do you let that happen? That's just insane. We could look at the box score for the Hawks and 76ers game. It's just me in here right now. Everybody that's joining in, welcome, welcome. Drop a comment. Who do you think is going to win tonight? Or this afternoon, technically, I guess. I don't know. Here's the boss man himself.
What's up?
What up, what up?
What's going on?
Dude, I thought for a second Philly was going to come back.
I didn't even watch it.
The Hawks tried really hard in the final minute. It was like a 9-point game with a minute to go, and they got it to within 2.
No way.
Yeah. Ben Simmons got fouled. He hit the first free throw, misses the second one, but it glanced right off the front of the rim, right into Embiid's arms. Embiid goes up with it. Capella fouls him, gets the and one, makes the and one free throw for a 3-point play. Then Ben Simmons steals it from Kevin Huerter on the out of bounds play for a dunk. Gets it to within 2.
Wow.
They lost by 4.
Wow.
Because Bogdanovich hit both of his free throws when they fouled him.
How did Embiid look?
He looked pretty good. I was fixing to go over the stat line. Embiid was 12 of 21, shot 15 free throws, had a 39-9 game. And right on cue, there's the train.
So, like, are we feeling like, hey, the Hawks can actually hang on here, or this was a one-time thing?
I mean, I picked the Sixers, but I picked them in 7. Because I didn't know how Embiid was going to, like, how healthy he was going to be. Obviously, he's fine. If he's dropping 39 points on, like, a partially torn meniscus or whatever it was that happened to him.
So we got a prediction for this game?
Who's the home team? Is it because I think the away team has won every game.
It is at Los Angeles.
It's at Los Angeles, so man, the Mavs looking good right now. If the trend continues, because every away team has won the game. No home team has won.
Clips -6.5.
I would
pretty big margin.
I'd take that line. Like if I'm betting strictly on the line, I'm taking Mavs on that.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do here because this light just continues to come through this window and it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, I had to get blackout curtains for mine. The light still kind of comes through.
I don't know how to like twist this. Is it like no? That's worse.
Yeah. Plus, you couldn't do that because if you're watching the game, then no, dude, because our videos get held for a long time because of the title and everything. YouTube's like giving it the once over and making sure that we didn't show any live gameplay in it. Christian, who may be joining us later, says Clips winning tonight. Fellow Vendetta writer, does a lot of our bet stuff. He's been on fire recently, so go check out his stuff on our Twitter at media_Vendetta.
If the Clippers actually blow this,
Kawhi's gone. Kawhi's gone if they lose.
What do you do? What do you do?
To be quite honest, I think you relocate the franchise and then just start anew and just be like, it's tough.
The craziest part is like, who do you like to go to the finals in the West?
Dude, I legitimately don't know. I legitimately don't know anymore.
Like, isn't it possible that the team that wins this, you're like, yeah, I could see them in the finals.
Like, depending on how everything falls, I could legitimately see either of these two teams, maybe even Utah or the Suns.
In the finals.
Yeah.
That's all the teams.
I know. I wouldn't like.
You just named all the teams.
Yeah, I know. no matter what team makes it, I'm gonna be like, well, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
they made it.
I actually thought of a trade, possibly.
Oh yeah,
It's a bias trade, but I don't think it's super crazy.
how
It
biased is it?
seems it seems like the Mavs kind of hate Porzingis.
Well, yeah. I
And
saw
his contract
someone said
his
he's a
contract's pretty big.
someone said he's a 7'3" Kyle Kuzma.
What if the Celtics could swap Kemba Walker for Porzingis?
I don't think you could. Not straight up. The Celtics would have to give up a pick just for the sole reason that KP is a younger player.
Okay. So one first round pick, Kemba Walker for Porzingis.
I don't know. I would really have to think.
It's not terrible.
You call it Brad Stevens and just be like, hey, your first move, this is it.
I would do it.
Well, yeah, you would do it, but would the Mavs do it?
I don't know. It seems like they don't like the guy.
Yeah, but you're getting a washed Kimba.
Plus, like, do you want Luka Doncic handling the ball at every possession?
He does great with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of times where he looks tired, like they don't have any, facilitators or anything.
Yeah. Christian does bring up Mark Cuban loves his Europeans.
Sure.
And so this was something that I thought about because Christian also said he doesn't know what type of trade assets the Clippers have after the Paul George trade. If they relocate, that would just be like the worst couple years of basketball ever because they would be one of the worst teams in the league and they have no assets. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league after if this blows up and Kawhi leaves and it's literally Paul George,
They're fucked.
Reggie Jackson.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Tim Hardaway?
I like Tim Hardaway.
He's really good.
He's a free agent this year, I think.
He's really good.
Chris got cap space.
Like if Joe Harris got $80 million, what's Tim Hardaway get?
He's not as good as a 3-point shooter as Joe. I'd say he'd get it. I don't know. Let me think about this. Let me go stat hunting. Gut feeling, someone would pay him $60 million over 4 years or 3.
Like, I know the Knicks fans are all happy that Porzingis isn't this demigod, but they still lost the trade because Hardaway's unbelievable.
And what's weird, Hardaway's bounced around so much. Like, how many teams has that man been on?
Just the Hawks, Knicks.
Was it just the Hawks and Knicks? I thought he was somewhere else too. Let's look this up. Tim.
Well, remember he was on the Hawks. The Hawks or the Knicks sent in this big
Yeah.
thing. They didn't match it.
Yeah, okay, no, this is Tim Hardaway, 2 years in New York, 2 years in Atlanta, back in New York, then it looks like Toronto, back in New York, and then Dallas.
Toronto. He didn't play for Toronto.
What team is that? Or
You're probably looking at his dad.
no? It's Tim Hardaway Jr. That's not Toronto. I don't know what is that? What team is that? Screw it. I'm going to his Wikipedia page.
Look at Boban making a difference.
I love Boban. What team was that? Whatever. He went Knicks, Hawks, Knicks, and Mavs. Okay.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Yeah, imagine if Tim Hardaway was exploding the way he has this season, and the Knicks had him on their playoff run.
Oh
You
God.
think they would have actually had some offense in the Hawks series?
Probably.
And I also Tim Hardaway, he's the type of guy where he kind of has that Dion Waiters mentality, where he'd rather go like
Yeah, but
0 for 20 than 0 for 6.
Dion Waiters sucks.
I'm just saying he's got the Dion Waiters mentality. I'm not saying he's Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters is garbage.
So what happened with this? Oh, you're not. You're behind me. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Well, tell me what it is so that way keep a lookout for it.
Luka got fouled, but they're saying it wasn't in the act of shooting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of looked like it was.
Yeah, I feel like they sometimes they don't call that, and I think it's because they say it was their gather step where they got fouled.
You'll have to see it. It was a weird looking shot.
I think it may be coming up. Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. He made it, too.
Oh boy.
I know it's so weird how they do and don't call that sometimes.
I'm trying to figure out who the hell's on the floor. Is that Terrence Mann? I think it is.
Yes, it is Terrence Mann.
This is such a weird Clippers team.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing with some of these guys? Terrence Mann, Reggie Jackson, Nick Batum. They're just out there.
What happened to Luke Kennard? Did he get hurt?
I have no idea. You're talking to a hockey guy.
They
Like, you're in a playoff series in a game 7. You got Batum, Reggie Jackson, and Terrence Mann, and all of them are on the floor together.
starting
How
lineup.
is that possible?
That's your starting
How is
lineup.
that possible? How? That's crazy.
I'm just trying to figure out why Luke
I mean, you
Kennard
could
isn't out
find
there
some
for them.
better
They gave him
options on
a
the buyout market
they gave him a contract extension.
for a lot.
Yeah.
Did we get any news?
Oh,
on
he's just
James
a
Harden?
Christian says he's an $80 million bench warmer now.
Are you serious?
Dude, they're screwed. They're 100% screwed.
Landry Shamit's pretty good too.
He
mean,
was
he's not
he
like
was
a-
good for them last year. I don't understand why they traded him for Luke Kennard. Hey, kudos to Luke Kennard's agent though.
Wow.
Listen, if I'm Luke Kennard, I may just retire at the end of this contract. I'll sit on the bench for 4 years, collect my 20 mil.
Did they ever say what the diagnosis on James Harden?
I think it's a hamstring injury. I think that's what I saw.
Did they say how bad it was?
No, I don't think they did. Just that he sat out game 1 and it paid off for him. They won it.
Well,
So.
he played. He played and left.
Oh, did he?
He played.
I
for
caught the
1
second
minute.
half of that game. Well, yeah, it's just a hamstring injury, I think. So, I
I mean, they kind of smoked the Bucks in game 1.
I figured that. I figured that's probably how that series is gonna go. It could be fairly close at some points, but Nets will pull away.
Yeah, the Bucks might be the best remaining team for the Brooklyn though.
I know Alex and I we talked about this, and we both kind of agreed that the winner of this game pretty much automatically gets out of the West. Because I don't have a whole lot of faith in the 76ers or the Hawks.
No. Good timing on this game, though. I'm glad they put it on at 3:30.
Yeah.
Because,
So I can actually do stuff tonight instead of like staying up till midnight. And then it's like, well, I got work the next day.
I'm
Here in
really
6
glad
hours.
they put this game on. Especially because the 2 hockey games are on at 6 and 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to not have day game stuff.
Crap.
Especially on the weekend. They should always have day game stuff.
I know. Why did I not update that? I hate that. Stupid.
Is anyone else joining us today?
I think Christian may. But I don't know. I don't think Chickster is. I don't know. I do not know. Checking in the Slack. So I'm guessing you're from.
Why isn't Rachel?
Why isn't what? Why isn't Rachel
Why
Nichols?
isn't Rachel Nichols vaccinated?
She's not vaccinated?
Well, she's wearing a mask.
Some people are weird. Some people get the vaccines and still wear the masks.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know it don't. I got vaccinated. Mask mandate uplifted in my state. I don't wear it.
Well, I just assume she's just not vaccinated if she's wearing it.
Yeah, I think I saw something where like
the coaches don't have to wear them anymore if they're vaccinated.
Yeah, and most of them got
Rick
vaccinated,
Carlisle,
so that way they don't have to
Carlisle
wear.
Doesn't have one on.
I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of protocol in place to protect the players and the coaches, even if she's vaccinated. But then again, that doesn't make much sense if she's still vaccinated, unless you have a lot of players that aren't vaccinated. Dude, I don't know. That whole situation has been so topsy-turvy. I've been confused so many times about what and what not to do. Hey, there's our boy Tim Hardaway. Dude, if the
I wonder what. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I really want the Grizz. Tim Hardaway and Norman Powell are my two off-season targets that I want the Grizz to go after.
Is Norman Powell a free agent?
I think so. Let me see.
Why would Toronto make that trade? Or no.
Portland?
Why would Portland make that trade if he's a free agent?
Probably try to.
They have Gary. They could have had.
Resign him. No, okay, no, it's after 2021, 2022. Okay, so next year. Maybe I'm looking too far ahead for both him and Tim.
What's Gary Trent's contract?
Well, let's just bring it up, shall we? You're gonna have to react to the game while I'm looking up contracts and salaries.
Bobon's dominating the boards.
Dude, it's Boban. I was so happy when I saw him in John Wick 3. John Wick Chapter 3. Have you seen that movie?
No, I've never seen any of them.
Dude, you've got to watch the John Wick movies. Boban's in the third one.
Uh-oh. Tim Hardaway's limp. We cursed him.
All right, I don't want Tim Hardaway. Norman Powell, only target for the Grizz.
He's like pulling at his foot or something.
Nah, Tim Hardaway is a...
He's leaving the floor.
Dear God. Okay, Norman Powell has a player option this year.
Okay.
Or for next
What's
year.
That worth?
That's 11 million. That's 11 million for a player option.
He's declining that.
He's declining because he can get 20 million easily. Or at least like 15, 16 for a longer term.
What's Gary Trent's contract?
Yeah, I'm getting to that now. It's probably cheap. I love Gary Trent Jr. too. Man's a man's a hoss.
I'm,
No,
I'm a
not the
big fan.
Gary Trent Jr. contract. There we go. Oh my gosh. His the contract he signed initially with yeah, his contract is 1.6 million. That's how much he earned this year.
For next year?
Next year he has a qualifying offer that's worth 4.7, and then if he accepts that, if he gets signed to that, then that's what he makes.
He signed something. He signed something.
Yeah. But when he gets done with his contract, he's a restricted free agent.
No, I'm pretty sure he signed an extension.
I am on Spot Track, whatever it's called. Spotrack? Spot Rack? I don't know. I can't pronounce words. But it says he's got he's got a qualifying offer for next year that's worth 4.7, and it says down here contract notes. Qualifying offer 2.1 million increased to 4.7 million met starter criteria. So I guess that means that his potential salary on a qualifying offer doubled if he was a starter, and he was.
So next year he makes $4 million. The year after he's restricted.
Yes.
I mean, that's just a terrible trade by Toronto.
Yeah, and he's
terrible trade by Portland.
He's going to be 23 years old when his contract's up, so he'll be a restricted free agent at 23.
That's just an old contract.
And if I'm a Toronto, I match
what?
I match anything unless it's outrageous. What a shot. It's a good game this first quarter.
Terrence Mann's hooping. The sad thing is I actually liked remember those Florida State teams?
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Cabin-Gelly. He just stinks. Apparently Terrence Mann's awesome though.
I remember Cabin-Gelly. Dude, your phone is going nuts though.
It's every day.
I keep thinking it's my phone.
You want to have my phone for a day? In Vegas, I'm just gonna hand it to you.
I'm good, dude.
A lot of it's just personal DM Slack messages.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep going and they go and they go. They don't stop. Do we get any good comments? I always like the comment section.
It's just been Christian so far, who will be joining us momentarily, more than likely. It's a good game to start out. We still got 3 minutes left, and it's high scoring. The team that actually plays a slight bit of defense, that's who wins this game.
I wonder how Brown Space feels about Terry Stotts.
I would love to talk to him about that.
Yeah. You know what we gotta do? We gotta have one of the episodes of Cheese. It's gotta be you and Brown Space.
Dude, I talked to Brian. Brian wants to bring him on.
I think that's got an episode.
Brian wants to bring him on the Tandemonium.
Wow. I think we got to make that an episode, though, Jackson.
Episode of Cheese, episode of Tandemonium.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be dope.
Question number 1. What do I have to do to be in this movie?
Probably do it for free.
I said I'd do that.
Just hop on a plane, go out to wherever he's at, they're filming, shoot your scene and fly back.
Yes. I
may get a free lunch out of it.
I'm in.
I think I mentioned it when we were talking to him that one time 2 weeks ago now, which seems like forever ago. But there was a film that was shot in the town I live in, and like my in-laws were heavily involved with it just because like the house they have is like 120 years old, so that's where they filmed some scenes there, and then they shot it out at the university that I went to. It was a weird movie, um, but it was just funny because I got to be around all that and learn about it, like shooting the film and whatnot. This is the director that doesn't buy anything unless it's VHS. Man probably hasn't seen a movie since 2004, like a new movie.
Great. Great. Wow. Fiend, I'm ready for Jay Crowder season. Game 1's tomorrow, huh? Or Monday. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, gotta get a jersey, bro. See if you can get like a custom made jersey if they don't have it, because it'll be cheaper. It'll be like a third of the
I was
price.
hoping the video wasn't good enough for him to get his attention.
He also just like never responds to people unless it's NBA related.
Yeah, but if the video was really good, he might have responded. But it wasn't good enough.
I enjoyed the video. Hey, Mr. Third Take is here. Christian. I enjoyed the video. Hey, Mr. Third Take is here. What's up, Christian?
He's got to turn off the. You got to turn the stream off though. There's
You
your
guys-
echo.
You guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
How you guys doing? What's up?
doing
Hang in
good.
there, watching a game.
Sounds good. Me too.
Just Terrence,
Oh,
man.
before I forget, when you guys were talking about Luke Kennard and like how he's a bench warmer, Joakim Noah was the fourth highest paid player on the Knicks this season, and like he hasn't been on the team for the past like 3 years. So just wanted to bring that.
Wow.
Man,
Thought about that.
I think I remember seeing that somewhere where he was still owed a lot of money.
Yeah, we've been paying him for like the past maybe 5 years.
Golly. And that's just dead cap that you can't use.
That nothing.
That's
Straight to his bank account.
ridiculously stupid.
I know.
Jared Prosser's line of Joakim Noah is a Japanese sunset is just ingrained in my head.
Oh my gosh.
That is an ugly human being.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I love Luca's little spin and fade. That's signature now. That's
Looks
Such a-
like Hardaway's okay.
thank God.
Back
It's just such a pretty move.
I need that man to stay healthy. And then I need the Mavericks to fall short. So that way he comes to Memphis.
Oh, that's what the plan is for
That's
Memphis?
the plan. Listen, him or Norman Powell, that's who I want. Those are the reachable goals with the cap
So
situation.
what do you think's the number one like need for Memphis? Obviously after the this offseason or during this offseason.
3-point shooting with some wing scoring. Just a scorer. There's plenty of facilitators. Just need scoring.
Dylan Brooks doesn't do it for you?
He's so inconsistent though.
I like him a lot. I think he takes a big jump next year.
Yeah, I hey, listen, I hope he does. I hope he does.
I was on that train too because his shot looks weird and like honestly, if you got like a weird kind of shot, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of one-handed.
Yeah,
but
no,
I don't know, I like
his guide hand as soon as he starts to shoot the ball goes completely
Yeah.
off, and his shooting hand
Mhm.
is completely
straight.
pointing the opposite
Yeah.
direction when he releases it. But somehow that man's dropping 30 in playoff games. So
I don't get it. But I'll take it. for basketball.
Campaign shot's ugly too.
it
Gross.
works though.
That's his feet are aiming at the sidelines. Literally, it's like. So, what do you guys think of that end of that Sixers game? Though
I was talking to Trey about that, and it would have been the most Atlanta thing ever. Blowing like a 9-point
That-
lead with less than a minute left.
I mean, like the expense side of me, I was really enjoying it, but I don't know. That was an absolute collapsed. Like once they started pressing full court, did not have one answer for that.
No.
I want to know if he gave like some juicy. He had to answer honestly. Talk
It's
GM
such
about
a crazy
the
trade.
Trae trade.
Like it's gonna in 10 years, I feel like it'll go down as like one of the just biggest like what ifs of the league's history. At least recently.
I want to know the Hawks GM. Like, does he still like he feels great about it?
I mean, you can't feel bad about it though. That's my point. Like, I was actually thinking about this because it's like Trae even took a big jump this year. Like, I think his numbers for his percentages fell a little bit, but just like as a facilitator and like, obviously being one of the best pick and roll handlers in the league, I think he produced like the third most points off the pick and roll this whole season. And it was after like Kawhi and Luka, I think. So,
How does Grizzlies fan Jackson Law feel just taking Jaren Jackson in the middle of them?
I like Jaren, dude. He's 7 foot tall, can stretch the floor. He just needs to bulk up. That's his problem. He needs to bulk up and he needs to get out of his own head.
Yeah, but what you guys should have did is like, oh, Mavericks, you want Doncic? Nope, sorry, we're taking Trae on. Trade with us.
I think at that point they were still hoping Mike Conley would work. I think they still, because that was still the Chris Wallace era, and that was the only thing he had holding on to. And then they started to suck, and then Kleeman gets elevated, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna run this show now. And he just got a big extension, so.
Luka kind of just stinks on the free throw line, huh?
It's very weird.
I don't know. I'm not sure his percentage.
He's shooting like 40-something% this series from the free throw line.
Good.
Is he?
Yeah. It was like at game 5 or after game 6 they were talking about it. He's shooting 40-something%.
Oh shit.
It is bad. I don't I don't understand. How can you be as good? Hey, there's Luke Kennard. I don't understand how you could be so bad. I don't know how you could be so bad at the free throw line. Like, you're that creative on the floor and you make some of the most ridiculous shots I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yet it's a free throw.
Valid point. Very valid point.
I think Giannis has been shooting better from the free throw line.
The Mavericks have to lead the league in total white players on the roster.
That's because most of them's European.
I know, but it counts. Like, they gotta lead the league.
You guys see that Kawhi poster right there? Or are we?
I think I'm a few seconds behind. I think I'm coming up on it.
My first quarter just ended.
Yeah, mine just ended as well. Nice little.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that was nice. That's a nice exclamation point.
Check these stats.
Yeah, that's
a lot of defense in this one. A lot of defense.
I mean, game 7, I feel like you got to tighten up on defense,
What is it, 36, 37 right now?
38, 35.
35. That's wild. That under's looking absolutely
Yeah, I was
beautiful.
about to say, if you took the over in this game, congratulations. It's the first quarter. You've pretty much already won it.
I think I don't even know.
Luka's got 19 already?
Jeez.
What? Kawhi Leonard 13, Batum 7, Paul George 11 minutes, 0 points.
Yeah, I took the under. We're good, boys. I got nervous for a second. But yeah, I mean, Paul George is just not playoff P. Like he can show up for a quarter or like 2 to 3, possessions and then disappears.
It's a shame.
And now it's like he's 0 of 2, 2 threes, 4 assists. Like that's not worth your whole future if you're the Clippers. And I thought that was a little much if when it first happened as well. But like you said earlier, Jackson, the next couple of years for that team is going to be really interesting.
It's
They're gonna
it's
be what the Rockets are right now.
I was thinking like old Bobcat vibe,
yeah.
like Charlotte
Their
Bobcats.
fans are gonna trade in their face masks for brown paper sacks to wear at the games.
Or they'll all just become Lakers fans.
Yeah,
which is a, which
because
is a valid,
no person in their right mind is gonna want to spend like $100-something for nosebleed seats to watch this Clippers teams play without Kawhi.
The craziest part is, didn't the Clippers like tank towards the end of the year because they really wanted to play Dallas?
Yes. It is well known that they purposefully lost a bunch of games so they could get Dallas.
that was so dumb to me.
So if they lose the series, like, come on now.
They kind of deserved it.
So what, you think it's just blown up if they lose? It's over? You don't think they try to see what they could get for Paul George?
I don't know.
They're not going to get a return on him that they gave up.
No, it probably no, definitely not.
That's someone buying GameStop at like $200 and they sell it for $30.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, if I'm trying to keep Kawhi, see what we can do with Paul George. See what we have left to trade. Maybe send like Paul George for like I don't even know. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they have any draft capital, but if they had anything decent left, I'd try to go for like Bradley Beal. Obviously monitor his situation if he decides to leave, or just someone. They got to switch it up.
Well, it's just going to be so tough because
if you were to do like a GM survey of who would you rather have, Paul George or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
I'm going SGA.
Yeah. I mean, that's an easy
Day
question.
I've liked him since day one. I'm not gonna lie. He's a bucket.
Go ask Clippers fans who they think they'd rather have.
Yeah, but they gave up him and all the picks.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Everything else. I'm searching up the pick. Let's get the details on the trade. I mean,
I'm looking at free agents for 2021. There's a lot of big names.
A lot of good guys.
Depot's a free agent. Dragic.
Nobody wants Oladipo.
I don't think anyone wants him. I mean, maybe the Heat take him for like a 1-2 year deal, but it has to be good for them.
What is?
Speaking of the devil, Luke Kennard, big shot.
Fuck it.
He's done a great job this year at making sure the seats don't run away in the bench area.
All right.
Kind of like Jalen Brunson.
The Clippers
I like him
traded
too.
a record number of draft picks in the trade for Paul George.
Yeah.
Signed him to a $226 million deal over 5 years. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, they're screwed. They're screwed. They're screwed.
You know what really pisses me off is when like people are like, "Oh, people hammered Danny Ainge for not giving up Tatum for Paul George."
It's crazy. It was 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari in that trade, and then obviously one of those picks was SGA.
Golly.
So that's that.
Hey, he just hit a shot. Or was that Morris?
Let me switch it back over here.
That Josh Richardson trade was a disaster.
Yeah, he's just
they should have kept Seth. I didn't like the trade when it happened.
I don't even know
Glory
what
ball.
they saw with that. Like, yeah, Josh Hutcherson is a little bit better defensively, but just the drop on the offensive end is not even worth it.
And it's proven in the NBA now. You don't need great defense. If you have a great enough offense, you don't need defense anymore. Apparently, just ask the Nets.
It's not even that. You just need shooting.
Yeah,
Look at Brooklyn. Like it's been the narrative the whole season, and like when they do play defense, it's impossible to beat them. But when they want to score 130, 140 points a game, it's like no one else in the league can do that. You know, maybe Utah, but like I don't know.
Chickster had a spirited debate with Prosper last stream, huh?
yeah, that was funny.
What was it about?
Rudy Gobert.
He said he'd rather have DeAndre Ayton instead of Rudy Gobert.
I see an argument with that.
Yeah, he was saying he'd take players
he
like.
He also said he'd take Valanciunas over.
Yeah, he said my boy Valanciunas.
Also, a little bit of I could see where the debate is with that, and like maybe I'm just a Gobert hater, but
yeah, I'm a Gobert hater too. So is Alex.
Yeah, I don't like him. I think he's overrated. I don't think he's a three-time defensive player of the year. Like, yeah, he has a crazy wingspan and he's 7'2". He gets roasted every time he's on any pick and roll and is forced to switch. I don't know. Like, I called it out again in the Grizzlies against the Grizzlies with like and he probably went crazy that night too. But I don't know. I don't like Rudy Gobert. He's overrated on defense. Nerlens Noel averages like 2 blocks and 2 steals a game, and no one gives that any shine. I'm not saying he should win that, but I'm just saying Ben Simmons should get way more credit.
Yeah, no, there's a narrative that's established with every player in the league, so they always get calls or they get votes on something based around that narrative. So Gobert can get away with more body contact because he's such a great defender, or, he can set moving screens. Everyone has complained about Gobert's screens, but he can get away with that.
It's just huge, like, like he should be getting his 3 blocks, Like he's literally, I don't even know how long his wingspan is, but I guarantee it's one of the biggest and longest in the league.
I'm sure.
I don't know. I could definitely see both sides to the Ayton and Valanciunas arguments, though.
So I know it's the Mavs and Clips going on, but I did look up the Grizz cap situation. Grizz could clear up to $23 million. And right now, Tim Hardaway's contract is $17 million. They could get him 4 years, $20 million. Bring him to Memphis.
I think he gets more than that. I think he's gonna be asking for big money.
He probably will.
But you're gonna have to give.
I think he'll be asking for like 25.
You're gonna have to give the max to Morant.
They'll have his bird rights. It'll be okay. Listen,
Memphis Grizzlies paying the tax.
They wouldn't pay the tax. They'd have some soft cap room, mid-level extensions or mid-level exceptions.
When's Jaren Jackson's extension come?
This was his second year, so like in 2 more years, I think.
This was only his second year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're telling me Trae Young was a rookie last year? That doesn't seem right.
No, Jaren is in his 3rd year, so Trae's in his 3rd year.
Yeah, so don't they have to give him an extension?
No, because it's like 2 years guaranteed.
This is last year of his rookie contract, upcoming, right? Next year.
I think next year, yeah. Next year is where.
Yeah,
because you got two. It's like for first round picks, it's like 2 years guaranteed, then 2 team options, and then they're a restricted free agent. So yeah, some people are about to get paid. That means Luka too. Luka's fixing to get paid.
Definitely. Big max.
I don't
Could be
think
eligible for the super max possibly.
Jaren's not getting the max.
You sure?
No.
I promise you.
You positive?
I'm
Not at all.
unless he starts
I guarantee.
unless he turns into a 20-10 guy next season, he's not getting the max. And is shooting like
Didn't Buddy
40
didn't
something
Buddy
percent from
Hield
three.
get a max for his rookie extension?
I can't remember. He may have. But then he turned into like the 8th guy off the bench because Luke Walton hates him for whatever reason.
I like Buddy Hield.
I did too. I wanted the Grizz to get him like 2 years ago. 2-3 years ago. And then
Sacramento just needs to change literally everything. About that organization.
Luke Walton has destroyed that man's career. Prime years of his career just wasted.
Yeah, and their GM is so like I don't even know how he's thinking. I forgot his name, but he's just.
You don't have to
Trades-
remember they change their GM every 2 years anyway.
That-
well, then they gotta fucking switch up the process a little bit because these guys are just making it worse and worse. They gotta get rid of De'Aaron Fox, I think. Just try and get as many trade picks as they can with their team right now.
Build around Halliburton.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like that's my point. That's my point.
A sentence nobody has ever said. Let's build the franchise around Halliburton.
That's my point exactly. It's like everything about that shit needs to not.
On a scale of 1 to 10, do you think Zion's pissed at all?
I saw a report where the quote was the Pelicans are not vibing with Van Gundy. That was the line they used, vibe. They don't like his vibe.
I mean, they're really fucking up.
Yeah. I don't even know what they're gonna do this offseason.
Like I know Zion gets a lot of hype. He's almost actually underrated how good he is.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he's an amazing player. It's just he doesn't have good coaching. And
they're so bad.
They also decided to clog the lane
They're
even
so
more when
bad.
they went to go get Steven Adams.
That Steven Adams trade was so bad.
Just dumb. It was just dumb. Like the last thing Zion needs, averaging 30 points a game on 70%, all 2 feet away from the rim, and then they get Steven Adams, who is
He should be the Giannis for their offense.
He's gonna be better than Giannis very soon.
But that's how like they should build the team around him.
Yeah, I agree. I think Zion will eventually, or has the potential to be a better playmaker than Giannis, by far. I don't know. We'll see.
4-point game, 4:46 left in the half.
I like Brandon Ingram, but it almost feels like they didn't get enough for that Davis trade. Like, where are the other pieces they got?
Josh Hart and Lonzo.
Josh Hart and Lonzo.
That ain't it.
Hey, there's Grizz fans that want Lonzo in Memphis because of
For what?
his 3-point shooting. He's taken a massive step.
Take Lonzo.
He's taken a massive step as a 3-point shooter this year, and if he keeps that up, then I could justify that.
Yeah, but what for? What? He'd be the backup point guard.
Yeah, he'd probably start 2, and then you move Brooks to the 3, and then Anderson comes off the bench. Kyle Anderson.
So you would want him to be your starting shooting guard?
If he keeps hitting the 3 like he does, yeah. Or you could run him as a 6-man.
Jackson Law.
I would definitely take Lonzo in New York. It's exactly like that's been our need for fucking who knows how long now. A decent point guard.
What about Derrick Rose?
I feel so bad for him. He is too old in his career to be depend like we literally unintentionally made D Rose go back to his prime basketball because everyone else in
That
that
sounds like a
series
good thing.
played bad. I don't think it's good because I was like every time he like jumped or like looked like he was just in it like after 30 minutes in a game like he should not be getting that. How old is he? 37 now.
Is
Like,
he
I
that
get
old?
it.
He's
At
he's
least 30,
he's
35,
old.
36.
I didn't think he was that old. I
Oh.
was gonna say like 33.
Let me search it. I mean, let me see.
Wow.
But I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, I 100% respect it. It was just the best performance on our team by far. But he's not. He should not be starting. He should be coming off the bench, 6 man, getting his 20, 25 minutes, doing great as he did in the regular season when he got 20, 25 minutes, playing with whoever. He makes everyone better on the court. But
Do you think Quickly's gonna be good?
quickly,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's gonna be like a Trey Young type of that, like pesty, just super quick.
I love
Hopefully, he
quickly.
keeps. I love Quick.
You don't need a point guard then.
Yeah, I mean, he still needs to improve his playmaking ability and his, dribbling and stuff. But that kid could shoot like crazy. Like that's a fact. He's gonna be dangerous from three.
Yeah. Well, a big thing what helped Memphis to kind of counteract Trey's point is Grizzlies have a good number of guys that can handle the ball, and that's why they were one of the leaders in fast breaks. Is because literally you can just get the ball out to anybody, and they're great playmakers. They can make a play. You have obviously Ja, you have DeAnthony Melton, Tyus Jones,
Kyle
Grayson
Anderson's
Allen,
really fast.
Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain. Yeah, you guys have a great team. The depth is one of them. It will be next year, especially one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
The
Kyle
combo.
Anderson's really fast.
Listen, I will always laugh
I was
because
waiting for something about that.
listen, I love Kyle Anderson. Okay, I will.
He's a bucket. He's
Dude,
a bucket.
Peak Kyle Anderson was he was on a fast break, and Derek Favors was chasing him down. So there's that. And then he starts his layup, and he's so slow with his steps. Favors literally looks behind him with a confused look on his face because he's just standing there like this. Favors is, and Anderson is still in the motion of shooting the ball.
How are you supposed to time that? You can't. It's impossible. You can't. No one else can move that slow in the whole league. 100%. Maybe Boban, but like that's even then.
He's getting some boards this game.
He's big. He's been getting. I love it.
I was telling Trey he needs. Trey admitted that he has not seen the John Wick series. He needs to go watch it just so that way he can see Boban in John Wick 3.
Dude, great movies. Those are like one of my. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you should definitely go see that movie, Trey.
All right. Check it out. When are the Nuggets gonna start playing ball? You can kind of be like that.
That was like honestly who I wanted the most out of the draft 2 years ago. I think his potential is still crazy.
Yeah.
Like he's a 7'3" guy who like has the play style, obviously not the skill and like level of ability, but the same play style as Kevin Durant. Like can dribble. Some of like when he gets his time, he makes nice shots and shit. But I'm just saying,
I don't understand how that guy went in the second round though.
Makes no sense.
Here's a question for you, Trey. Why don't the Celtics play Taco Fall more?
I wish they did.
The fans.
No, they're slow.
The fans want him. The people, the masses want Taco.
Do you have any idea how much I hate Tristan Thompson?
Yeah, Thompson's pretty bad.
I can't stand him.
He's solid on defense, but it's just nothing. He doesn't contribute one thing on offense.
Should have made the Miles Turner trade.
If you gave me the option, I'd much rather have Taco fall on the floor.
Yeah, Taco can definitely get you a bucket better than Tristan Thompson. Just a little side note: he is like I'm pretty sure. Was it 7-7? Yeah, it's probably a matchup problem for most teams in the league.
Yeah.
Just like Bobby.
Yeah. I love Boban. He's so funny.
I don't. When did Terrence Mann start playing this many minutes? That's incredible. That's
Surprisingly,
incredible.
a majority of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think second half, especially like after All-Star break, he's good. He's been really good.
Batum almost threw it down.
Oh my goodness.
It's 2021, and Nick Batum is a starter on what is supposed to be a contending team.
Yeah, the Hornets are paying his salary.
Batum?
Yeah, as long as...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Batum was just yamming that. Oh, my... Yeah, Batum, I'm not even going to lie, he has probably been the most consistent player on the Clippers this whole season.
And it's so weird. It just...
And it's Charlotte's paying him.
Charlotte's paying him. I feel bad that Charlotte wasted his career because he got no respect in Charlotte. He's good. He does everything the Clippers need him to do. Hit threes, play decent defense, just don't fuck up. And he does those things very well.
What happened to JJ Redick? They just don't play him?
He didn't want to be there to begin with.
He just kind of fell off a little. Like his shot fell off a little bit this season.
He's more about his podcast than playing basketball.
It's a good podcast.
It is a good podcast. I've listened to it on a couple times.
Yeah, I've listened to it a couple of times, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah, he's like the new Pat McAfee. Is that his name?
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
I don't even know how to say his last name.
Yeah,
he's the man now.
Yeah, no, I love his podcast too. But that's what JJ Redick is. He's the NBA version of that.
Yeah, I see that. That would compare. So who do you guys? Oh well, you guys said it earlier, but all right, you have to choose two teams out of the West. Go. Not all of them, Jackson.
Yeah. All right, I'll go winner. I'll go either the winner of this game or Utah.
Okay.
That's what I'll go with. Utah was scary.
I'll put my nuts on the table and say Phoenix.
See, I don't hate any of the four teams that are going to be left.
Yeah, no, I just want to.
I'm riding with Jay Crowder.
I
gotta get you.
One fan over here. Oh my goodness.
Trey,
that video is hilarious.
I'm going to NBAstore.com right now. Right now, and I'm going to see like how much it would cost to get you a custom-made Jay Crowder jersey. Not a jersey because those suckers are ridiculously expensive, but plus I don't even think they'd have a Jay Crowder jersey on NBAstore.com. They may.
I bet you they do.
I think they definitely do. I was about to say
they may.
Sales probably increased at least 30% after
I will say though, what I miss about Jay Crowder is just the way that he talks smack, because the way he got ejected in the ending part of that game, he was just salsa dancing, and then he just runs off the court. That is pristine Jay Crowder, and that's what I miss about him.
Get that reference?
Yeah, because the LeBron's new commercial is his salsa commercial.
Yeah. I feel like everyone forgot about that commercial. I don't know how that just went MIA for so long.
It was a great troll job.
That's what he does best. Listen, there are days where I do miss Jay Crowder on the Grizzlies because he will toughen up all the youngsters.
No, 100%.
He calls Jaw his nephew. I see them interact on Twitter from time to time.
I think people are just. It might be weird to say, but I think people are somehow sleeping on Booker. Who would you rather have than that guy? Out west.
Just in the whole league?
Just in the Western Conference for teams that are left.
I mean, Luka's up there if we're counting the
Yeah, I mean, just
The
the way
Mavs.
Luke is playing, you gotta
that's
show him respect.
that's
And
a
I would say
nasty
maybe
Steve Nash
Donovan
shirt.
Mitchell.
Oh, I think I'd rather have Booker than Mitchell.
I love Donovan Mitchell.
It's a conversation. Just like when I watched the Utah Grizzlies series, like once Mitchell came back, just the way Utah played was completely different with him. Like just the confidence they play with when he's him and Big Rudy on the pick and roll, and you got three shooters. It's a conversation though. Devin Booker probably reminds me of like the most Kobe-esque player in the league right now. I feel
When he's hot, it's ridiculous.
It's beautiful. Like watching him play, like his footwork is insane. And like exactly your point, when he's just sinking every mid-range shot, it's
over.
It's over,
It
literally.
is.
You got Big Ayton getting 20 and 15 maybe. It's a problem. And then you got Jay Crowder dancing on the sideline. Dangerous combination.
As long as Chris Paul's healthy, I feel good about him.
Yeah, that's the. Devin Booker will be able to win games without Chris Paul, but he won't be able to win a series without Chris Paul.
Hey, Trey, they still have in stock a Jay Crowder jersey from the Boston Celtics. It's $10. It's $10. $10. They only have a small.
I can't wear a small.
Oh, that's funny.
They have one from the Cavs too.
No.
It's also just a
No
small. That's hilarious though.
Yeah, that's mad funny.
Oh man. Dang, I can't get a jersey with his name on it. That sucks. You can get like a custom long sleeve shirt. It's kind of basic though. Get his name on the back. Dude, I'm so upset. I can find a Devin Booker jersey. I want one of the Valley jerseys that they have because they're so nasty. But they're sold out everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Make more jerseys. I'm a big jersey
The
guy.
defense in this game is so embarrassing.
On both ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
I mean, hey, they kind of came back on this under though.
What is
Did
he
they
under?
not? Am I bad? I think it was like 210. It was like 211. It started at 215 and then dropped in like 4 hours, 6 hours. It dropped to 211. So I don't know.
Right now, it's on pace for
What was that?
220.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tight one.
Just
They
need
really
him to
came
start.
back on that. Wow, they turned it up.
Need the players to start building some houses out there. Harden ruled out for game 2.
Oh boy.
Net star hamstring tightness will miss Monday's playoff matchup versus the Bucks.
As long as he
Alright,
didn't tear it, though.
I honestly think he's out for the series and could be worse. I don't know. That's just like what I've seen. I got my sources on Twitter. I don't know how they've been pretty relatable, but I don't know. I don't know. They don't need him necessarily this series. Like Kyrie and KD could still get the job done, but especially with the groin, I thought Embiid tweaked his injury today. It's just like one little tweak and it sets him back. A couple games, especially in the playoffs. I don't know. I think Harden is out at least this series. Could be the rest of the playoffs.
I was surprised how good they looked in game 1 without him.
It's because you still got KD and Kyrie, and a pretty good supporting cast.
That game was never close.
KD, Kyrie, and the best three-point shooter in the league, averaging the most attempts, which is just like
that game was never close.
It's ridiculous. And it's like, imagine if they had Spencer Dinwiddie healthy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? It'd be insane.
If they win this year, everybody's staying, then they will more than likely repeat with Spencer
I think
Dinwiddie coming
Dinwiddie
in.
goes unless he takes the money cut because I think he's a free agent this offseason. Unless he doesn't want a cut on the money, I think he's out. He's good, man. He's really good. He could be a good second option, on a team.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the best, I'd say, mid-range scorers in the league. When he was healthy, what was it, last season? Reggie Jackson, okay.
I just noticed this. Did they not play Beverly anymore either?
Ty Lue is just not a good coach. I'm sorry. I don't know. Their rotations have been different every game.
This is weird.
Super weird. Because they realized that Reggie Jackson's better than Patrick Beverly on the offensive end, and Patrick Beverly wasn't doing shit on defense, which is his best thing.
That's why I want Tim.
So,
but it's the playoffs now, though. He's got to locked in on that end.
Yeah, but Beverly started the first 2 games of the series, I believe, and Luka absolutely torched him and Kawhi when they would switch off on him. So I could have to do with it.
70-62.
And it's the first half.
It's the first half. Yeah, how did that happen? Jeez.
That's a full game 20 years ago.
Yeah, for real. Wow.
All right,
So
well,
Under's now looking good for me now.
first half thoughts. No defense. Whatever team plays a slight bit of defense in the second half will win the game. Literally, it may just be one possession. That's all you have to do.
I mean, yeah, you gotta look at some of these stats too. Like Tim Hardaway's only 3 of 10, 0 of 6 from 3, and then everyone on the Clippers is pretty much gotten a bucket, a couple buckets, shooting good percentage. So KP isn't gonna need to keep shooting well. He's 12 points a half. Luka has 29, so obviously Luka has to keep being Luka. And I don't know. I like the Clippers, but we shall see.
Yeah, Luka will pull something out of his ass probably towards the end. I still have nightmares about that shot on TNT against the Grizz. That was... And Grayson Allen, like a 90% free throw shooter, bricks both free throws.
Yeah, that was tough. That one hurt a little bit.
Oh, man.
Jackson, what are your thoughts on the Julio Jones trade?
On the Julio Jones trade?
Yeah. It's halftime.
I mean, I don't know what my thoughts really are.
I think the media reaction is insane.
I mean, I like him, but I guess I've always mostly looked through him with a fantasy aspect, and he's never been that great fantasy-wise because he's the type of dude that could have he could catch for 2,000 yards in a season, break all kinds of records, but he only gets like 4 touchdowns.
He's been like that for a while.
So what, you really just think he's washed up, Trey?
I think so. Well, I don't think he's like washed, but like he was not good last year.
I think they're going to be paying him. I've seen some details. They are going to be paying him a lot of money.
Dude, they ate the whole contract.
Yeah.
He makes $22 million a year.
That's big yikes.
For how long?
3 more years. He's 33.
Yeah. That's
tough. That's
an L on that part.
Why was that trade only two second round picks though?
It wasn't even that. It was like
I think it's too much.
I thought it was just a second and a fifth.
I think you would have had to pay me to eat his contract.
All right, I get that makes sense. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough contract.
Yeah,
And they're saying that
official compensation
Julio.
update. Falcons will get
they're
a
saying Julio might want to restructure it to extend him into the future even more.
golly. Falcons get a 2022 second round pick with a 2023 fourth round pick for Julio Jones and a 6th round pick of 2023. Trade now official per Adam Schefter on Twitter.
And check the Rappaport tweet. They said Tennessee eats entire contract.
Yeah, that's oof. Okay, Ian Rappaport. Oh, where's that?
My favorite part of it is Julio Jones said, "I want to go to a contender who has a really strong armed quarterback." Ryan Tannehill ain't it?
Yeah, okay, so here's the Rappaport tweet. Titans deal for Julio Jones. Falcons get 2022 second rounder, 2023 fourth rounder. Titans get Julio Jones and a 6th rounder in 2023. Titans take on the Jones salary of $15.3 million in 2021 and the rest of the deal. Falcons have $7.75 million in dead money
it's
this year.
$15 million this year, and then $22 million a year the next 3 years.
Oh, yeah, backloaded contracts. Yikes. That sucks. And he's not even going to be your best receiver because you still got A.J. Brown.
No, A.J. Brown's disgusting.
A.J. Brown's a beast.
Not only that, they're a run-first team. How many... Derrick Henry runs the ball 400 times a year.
Yeah. Don't they have someone else, too?
To see how they switch the offense up.
Is it Humphreys is his name?
I don't think you can. Tannehill's your quarterback. You want to run the ball.
That's funny.
I'd still take Indianapolis to win that division.
They're going to be good now. I think they'll be pretty good this year.
I think the Colts are going to be good.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So did Rachel Nichols, I guess, she got kicked out the booth and she's the sideline reporter now for the games?
Wait, she was calling games?
No, sideline reporter. We mentioned her earlier. Because she's on the sideline. Remember, she was wearing her mask. And you're like, why is she wearing a mask if she's vaccinated?
Wait, so what happened to her?
Well, no, they've got someone else in the at the halftime booth back at the studio. She's not there. She's normally the person there.
Oh.
She's probably just doing like the coaching interviews this game or something.
Yeah, that's it. She's the sideline reporter or the courtside reporter now, I guess technically speaking.
Yeah.
Maria Taylor's pretty good though.
Who are your guys' favorite or who's your favorite commentator in the NBA? I mean, to me it's a pretty easy question, but I don't know.
I mean,
there's a couple good ones.
I guess it's got to be Breen, I guess, right?
Yeah, I feel like it has to be Mike Breen, right?
Yeah. The bang is iconic.
It's yeah. It's a great thing.
I don't love Mark Jackson though.
I kind of like Mark Jackson. I like how he talks.
I like the TNT group a lot better than the ESPN group of commentators. TNT's A1 when it comes to commentating.
TNT's way better.
I have a potential hot take. I think Hubie Brown's okay. I don't mind when he does games.
It's not. Yeah, it's I'm fine with it. Like I don't got a problem with them.
Like I think I'll take him over like Chris Webber.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm not. I don't really fuck with Chris Webber.
Listen,
I think Reggie Miller's boring as hell.
I like Doris Burke, but I don't want her calling Grizz games. Grizz always lose when Doris Burke is on the call.
I love Doris Burke.
Yeah.
Doris Burke's the OG.
She made a joke one time. I heard it, and it was her and whoever she was hosting with. They were arguing about a call, like they were like just disagreeing about something, and whatever, and they were reviewing a foul call, and I can't remember if she said it was or she said it wasn't, but whatever the outcome was, it was the opposite of what she said, and she was like, "Well, I still think I'm right," like that, and everyone was kind of laughing, and then she's like, "I always think I'm right. Just ask my ex-husbands."
Oh shit.
Jackson,
like,
was it
ooh.
you that said you like make sure to simulate 2K games that Bill Simmons calls?
Oh, I skipped them. I skipped the games that Bill Simmons is on. I will never play in 2K in Philly in 2K as long as Bill Simmons is still in the game.
So it was you that said that?
That was me. I
God.
said that.
That's hilarious. I mean, and then if we're going off TNT and ESPN, maybe I'm just a Knicks fan once again, but like Clive Frazier, I feel like is iconic. If you guys listen to him enough, he just says some of the like most unexpected rhymes and shit.
I
Like
thought you were gonna say Marv Albert.
Marv Albert's good, but I gotta go Clyde over Marv. So he has said like some of just like no one else thinks like Clyde when they're.
I was watching a couple
commentating
Marv
game.
Albert games, and he called Aaron Neesmith, Marcus Smart 5 straight possessions.
Yeah. I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good thing he's retiring after this year. It's time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time. All right, look, some of Frazier's best rhymes and play on words. A dubious call from the officials. He is a Nick with the knack right now. Nice duping and hooping by Lee. Swiss cheese D by the Knicks interior. The Hawks have been persistent, but the Knicks have been resistant. And then I remember I was watching the Hawks series, and it was in MSG, and it was a Trey's balding chant, and Frazier says like Trey sure is balding, but he sure is balling or some shit, and it was like who says that shit? Like, I don't know.
I like something that's I of course, like me being a homer and bias here too. I like the Grizz commentators, Pete and Brevin.
They're good too.
Brevin Knight. It's always funny because Brevin played for the Grizzlies for a while, and so like sometimes, and it was like weird. It was like until Mike Conley came along, and this just goes to show you how destitute the Grizzlies were as a franchise. Like Brevin Knight was like the best pure point guard the Grizzlies has ever had until Mike Conley came along.
Wasn't he a Bobcat for a while?
Yeah, he was Bobcats, Cavs, Grizzlies. He may have gone one or two other places, but it's always funny because they'll bring up like stats that like John Moran is the first player since so and so. One time, it was like the first player since Brevin Knight to do something, and like one time Colin Sexton had like 13 or 14 assists against the Grizzlies, and that was the most a Cavs point guard had against the Grizzlies since Brevin Knight, and they brought that up, so it's always funny. And then of course Pete's whenever they've secured a win, it's hammer nail coffin, this baby's over. That's a beautiful phrase. It is a beautiful phrase.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that. And I'm also you also got to shout out the Hornets announcers.
Yeah, they're
definitely
pretty funny.
Best energy in the whole league. They are like those. If you talk about guys loving what they do, there's one guy absolutely just goes insane. Like he's a fan. Like he's like the number one fan.
Yeah. No, that's why I love the Grizzlies guys so much, is because they're fans of their team, and it's like they've played for other teams, and Pete was with the Blazers for like 10 years or something like that as their play-by-play guy, but they're just huge fans. And so you get like the smart and expertise and just the old knowledge that guys like that bring, but then they're also just huge fans. And so you see them fan sometimes, a lot of times on foul calls too. They'll be like, "How was that a foul?" And like even I'll be like sometimes like, I can see why they called it a foul, but
I get that. All right. What about the worst?
The
This
worst.
one might hurt some people. I'm gonna go.
I don't feel like I watch enough of the local people to know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
was gonna go with Boston.
I don't love their group.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a
these
Celtics
guys.
fan and I love them.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, they're either not paying attention to the game and like watch the replays, or they just or say some very questionable thing. Like it's very. I don't know how accurate those are.
They're like
Yeah.
old grumpy, like just like miserable fucks.
Like they got the 10-year, they're not going nowhere, and they might as well just be chilling. Oh yeah, and let's call this game.
I'm not too much of a Reggie Miller fan. I think Trey said that
No.
earlier.
He's all right.
I'm having to look it up.
I mean, not the biggest fan of him in general, just knowing the history with him against the Knicks, but the commentator.
Christian, how many Knicks games a year do you watch?
Every game.
Every game.
Every game.
82.
Every game. 72 this season. Plus the playoffs.
Holy shit.
No, Trey, I'm like that.
No, you see,
Every game.
here's
Every game.
Here's the thing, Christian,
I'm
because
one of the biggest Knicks fans you'll ever meet.
listen, Christian. Okay, so Trey and I, we've had this discussion in the past. That's a nice shirt. That's a nice shirt. We've had this discussion in the past because it's like, Jackson, how many Grizz games do you think you watch? And I said, on average, in an 82 game season, I was like, I think easily 60, give or take, like nights where I'm busy or I just can't make it. Stuff like that, and he's like, oh, that's insane. Ask the guy how many hockey and baseball games he watches. Ask when the Red Sox went on their last World Series run. Out of the 100 and something games,
I think I watched 150 of them.
See?
Easy.
That's crazy.
And those games they go much longer than what an NBA game does.
Oh yeah, that's straight commitment right there.
And not only that, but he's providing analysis for like the other teams as well. So he's got to be paying attention to the rest of the league and watching games that are two teams not named the Red Sox.
You got a lot going on. I respect it. No, yeah. I mean, honestly, you'll miss I don't miss him though. That's the thing. That's why I sound like weird. Like if I'm at work, I'll have it on my phone, like sneaking it or something. I don't know. I'll find a way to listen, or at least, very least, I'm getting the fourth quarter or the second half. Mm-hmm. But I'm watching every game. Yeah, I've been ordering a good amount of Knicks stuff recently due to the success. So hopefully we'll keep that going.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mavs are on fire in the second half.
Oh, they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I watched a total of 3 Celtics games this year.
I mean, I don't blame you. And I'm not even gonna lie, the commentators make it hard, and that's maybe.
It's not that they fucked. It was the year from hell.
Good point as well.
Yeah.
It was a tough season.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch him.
When I went to TD Garden when they played the Wizards a couple weeks ago, it was a great environment. I loved being I loved rooting for the other guy. I was rooting for the Wizards with my, my cousins and stuff. It was funny because my background is like a picture of the Knicks. So, we're chirping, obviously, having fun. And the game, they go on that crazy, it was like a 17-2, 19-2 run at the end of the game. And I'm telling you, there's 4 of us. We're getting chirped from the front with like 2,500 fans. Like it should not be this crazy. People from behind were like over the ledge, like, yo, you guys suck. This guy came up to me. He's like, yo, like they suck. You should have known. And I'm like, yeah, buddy. Like I didn't need to play in games. Like I'm here because I bet on them. And he looked at his boy. He said nothing, and he just turned around and just walked away. And I just started yelling. I was like, we didn't need these playing games. We didn't need this playing games. I was like, good luck with Brooklyn. So
At the Grizz game, you can go and listen to this. So the Grizz game that I went to is game 3. After there was a foul call that I 100% disagree with, where and I had some friends with me and they were non-Grizz fans and they agreed with this, but it was a foul on against or it was on the Grizzlies, but it was a 3-point foul in favor of Donovan Mitchell, where Dylan Brooks did not touch him and wasn't in his landing space. He just kind of moved his body weird and fell over, and they called
yeah,
it
and
a
then
foul.
the shooter like kicks the foot out.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that. It was just it was so weird. I'd have to go back and watch it again. But then Taylor Jenkins gets heated, so he gets called for a technical. And of course, like I'm like all the fans are booing and everything, and like I'm getting into the spirit of it. I'm annoyed at it because we're trying to tie up the series. I scream at the top of my lungs, "Ref, you suck!" The next instant, it is being chanted by all 10,000 people in the forum.
That's a great feeling right there. Starting
was-
a chant is definitely up there.
Oh, it was
That's
great because the boys that I were with, they were cracking up and laughing that started. But I screamed it. Yeah, I just screamed at the top of my lungs, and then everybody just started chanting it, and then it spread out. And if you go back to that moment in the game, it's in the first quarter. I'm pretty sure you can hear the "Ref you suck" chant because I asked somebody. I was like, "Did you hear a "Ref you?" I was like, "Did you hear a "Ref you suck" chant?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "That was me. I started that."
That was me. It's funny you said the ref part because when I was at the Boston game too, Scott Foster was reffing the game, and I didn't know that until I got there. And
I hate Scott Foster.
I tell this to everyone. I don't hate anybody, but I hate Scott Foster, and I hate Tony Brothers.
Yes.
I think they're just the worst refs in the league. They just I won't go on a scramble about them, but I started asking the guy. I was like, "What can I say and what can I not say so I don't get kicked out?" To his ref, because I just don't like him. Goes for years now. It's been a beef for at least 5+ years.
Yeah. So there's another ref that got added to my hit list. His name is Josh. I think it's pronounced Tivin.
Is that the young guy?
Tivn. I can't remember exactly what he looks like, but I would know him if I saw him.
That's how I know I'm watching too much basketball though.
Yeah.
When I'm starting to remember the refs' names.
Yeah, but here's a stat. That game that I went to, he's the guy that called the technical on Taylor Jenkins. He is the second official in the last 6 years to call at least 10 fouls on one team while not calling a single foul in favor of another team.
Oh my! What was his name again?
Josh Tivin, Tiven.
Yeah, this was the guy I was freaking thinking about too. This guy's the worst.
He has made the list.
I agree. I can see. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm with you. I'll add him for you. Now we both got 3 refs on the shit list.
And it's like I saw someone I saw people on Twitter, and it was mostly Jazz fans. And they were just like, maybe he just wasn't in position, no fouls were being called when, he was like, no, dude, refs are switching positions so many times. They cover the whole part of the court. Okay. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse because it wasn't an excuse. It wasn't an excuse for everyone else because one guy called it in favor of Memphis and another guy called it even on his calls.
I was thinking of this yesterday. How tired do you think those hockey refs get?
Oh my gosh.
They're probably the most in shape refs.
You talk about athleticism. I've seen some play of the playoffs from some of these refs. Like the way they just move and duck out of these plays is crazy.
And they gotta break up fights and shit. They gotta be tired as hell.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I respect those guys.
Yeah.
Hockey refs, much respect to those guys. I saw one in a span of 15 seconds, he had to swerve a puck, then 2 guys went and hit on the glass a good like 3 feet away from him. He had to, get out of that. And then he was breaking up a fight, like Trey said, like 5 seconds later.
And those like the players are only on the ice for like a minute. Like they take
Yeah, I was about to
shifts.
say.
The refs are out there the
Why
whole
don't the
time.
refs take shifts? I never thought about that. That's a great point.
Line change for the refs. Every line change.
Imagine. That'd be. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
I was thinking about that yesterday.
That's a great point. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the best refs out of professional sports, I'd say.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Definitely the
These
most in
guys
shape.
are old and like feel like they did something. Just ruin these games.
My father-in-law has a great friend. I need to figure out and remember his name, and I'll send it to you guys. But he's a referee in the NFL, and he reffed. If you want to know, he reffed the. I forgot who the Saints were playing in the playoffs, but he reffed that game because my father-in-law.
This season?
Yeah,
this past
season. He was one of the refs in that game, and actually got my father-in-law tickets at the 50-yard line, like maybe 15, 20 rows up. Got him tickets for free. He's just like, here you go, man. Come down to New Orleans, which was cool.
That's awesome.
And then he got to go to the Super Bowl because he was a replacement, just in case if any of the refs.
What a job, replacement ref.
Yeah, he was one of the.
Imagine.
Yeah, he was one of the replacements just in case if one of the other refs got hit with COVID or something, or like
You gotta call like 12 p.m. Super Bowl day. Hey, other guys out, you're in.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing: the NFL, he got to go to the Super Bowl for free.
He didn't get the call.
He got to go to the Super Bowl for free. Like it was all paid for by the NFL. So he just got like a free vacation because he didn't have to ref, and he just got to sit and watch the Super Bowl.
He probably got paid regardless.
Yeah, probably. If anything, he just had like a per diem that he could use.
Oh, Dallas making some moves.
You see, I root for the most chaos. So, and I think that the Mavs winning causes the most chaos because there's the wild card of what's gonna, like, where do the Clippers go? What do they do from here?
The shitstorm of trying to tank at the end of the year to play Dallas, to lose to Dallas would be hilarious.
I think about it several ways. One, the Knicks obviously they lose this game. Kawhi's most definitely, at least I'd say 60% chance he's leaving. You look at the top contenders, at least my opinion, I would say Miami's up top. I would say maybe Golden State is in there. And I would say New York is definitely going to try and talk to him at least. But I don't know.
Sign and trade Andrew Wiggins.
Oh my God! Don't even say his name to me. It's disgusting. I'll trade what I would give for Andrew Wiggins. I don't. None of the above. Nothing.
Kawhi Leonard, Andrew Wiggins, sign and trade.
It would have to be. I mean, I assume that Golden State has recovered from not even. I think that KD was traded, but he wasn't. But I think they definitely have some trade assets to still use. So I don't know. We'll see what
I just need them to
are willing to give up.
I need them to fall apart by 2024 because that's when the Grizzlies have a first round draft pick of the of Golden State. So I need everyone to deteriorate.
Really cool if the Warriors could put together one more good team.
I would love that. Oh my God,
they still are
because one of my favorite players.
Because Klay Thompson was out. They're not just they don't play in a bubble game. If they
had Klay Thompson this year, they would probably be in one of these seeds right now.
I hope they get one more piece though. Like hopefully they can like flip Wiseman for something that can help.
You think they get rid of Wiseman? It's definitely not.
You think they should flip him for Jaren Jackson like Bill Simmons thinks?
Nah, Wiseman's gonna be good, especially like people don't realize, or at least people don't take into much for thought that all these rookies this year had basically no time to prep for compared to a regular year of getting the Vegas Summer League, getting a couple months of the pre-workout.
Man, that
They played like 2 months after they were drafted. So
that sounds like me when I'm defending Tua.
Naismith was lost for like 3 months of the year.
exactly, and it's like, I think this goes back to the Knicks and even some other rookies. Like, if they performed decent, or even if they didn't, I really don't take much consideration into this year. Obviously, LaMelo, Edwards, Halliburton, they're going to be good players because they showed up, they performed.
Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard, love. Great first round pick for Boston. Any team that got him would have been good for him.
Thank you for Desmond too, by the way, Trey.
Yeah. Desmond Bain, love. But yeah, I mean, I think there will be several, like, more rookies than not having a huge leap next season, and next season will be like an actual at least fair breakdown to me if you give them, rather than they get drafted and then 2 months later they're playing,
Yeah, no, I
like
agree.
Obi Toppin. A lot of Knicks fans want to trade him. Obviously, if it's right, I would, but I don't know. I liked the minutes he got, especially in the playoffs. He showed that he's developed throughout the year. I watched every Knicks game, so it's nice to see like the actual, kind of small steps of progression that the rookies take, or even people like Julius Randle. No one thought he was going to do what he did. So.
Yeah, no, definitely deserving of the most improved. It's just you wish you would have carried that mojo into the playoffs.
Yeah, that playoffs was tough, man. I can't defend him, but people saying like all the people on Twitter. It's so funny because Nick's Twitter goes from so happy to so toxic in like 7 seconds.
Well, it was like 2 weeks ago they were saying that he was in the MVP conversation, and now they want to trade him.
Exactly, and it's like, why would you trade the where would I have no idea where we would have finished. We would have finished with less than 22 wins, which is what we were projected with this season. We would have finished probably I'd say very confidently under 22 wins if we did not have Julius Randle. The Derrick Rose trade wouldn't have happened. And God knows who would have been our first option. Like, that's, so people saying that, it just shows like they either just follow everybody else or, getting caught up in the hype, but they have to give him respect for what he did all season.
Nerlens Noel was actually a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Are you drinking beers?
No. Some iced tea.
I was hoping it was some beers.
I might get a tweet.
Some
Modelo next to me too.
Some brewskis.
It's tempting. I was waiting for hockey for those.
I like it.
See, Trey, it's early enough. If you want to, you could do a hockey stream.
It's too much. We'll stick for Game 7 for today.
Who do you got tonight, Trey?
Well, I'm like pulling for Vegas, but I don't know. I'll go Jets and Knights, but I'm probably wrong.
All right, I'm gonna go the exact opposite of you and go Montreal, Montreal, Colorado. We'll see. It'll be some great hockey tonight.
I think the Canadians will win the series. I don't know. Will the Jets get swept?
The Jets got to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's on the Jets tonight. I don't know. I just like Montreal the way they've been playing, and I just Carey Price.
I definitely think they're going to win the series. I had them winning the series.
Who, the Jets or
Canadians?
Okay, yeah, I definitely got them in the series.
I had the Canadians beating the Maple Leafs, so I have respect for them.
That I did not have.
Yeah.
I had the Maple Leafs winning, so that just kind of showed like that. That earned that much more of my respect when I saw they took them out.
Why is Porzingis such a softie?
He's so soft.
Oh my
Look at that
God.
7'4" guy just standing on the
Charmin
3-point line.
Ultra Soft.
Get a rebound. You're so big.
What does he average? 4 boards a game?
It's painful to watch.
It's terrible. Batum is absolutely winning this matchup. I love it. Look at that.
I'm
Just
telling
try
you.
to
Kemba
put back
Walker
on
for Porzingis. Let's do it.
KP.
Yeah, I'm just now seeing what you guys were talking about with the rebounding.
He just doesn't go like he's not aggressive on the glass at all.
There's no rim protection either. 0.
No, and he could easily.
He could be a monster
average
in
a
that
double.
end.
He could easily get a double-double, average a double-double. But he doesn't crash the board whatsoever.
So disappointing to watch.
Yeah, it is. I was trying to think of a response, but yeah, it's just disappointing. And like he has games where he shows he can be that second option, but more games than not, he's not showing that whatsoever.
Before I was like, God, if he just stay healthy, he's gonna be a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's healthy.
Yeah, and his defensive prowess, like when he was on the Knicks, like he was averaging 2 blocks a game. I'm pretty sure, if not close to, and he just is soft. Like you said, he's soft. He gets pushed around easily on defense. Batum is winning this matchup. I don't know what else I have to say about this. You know, the OG from Charlotte.
I really hope the Celtics can find a way to trade Kemba Walker. It's not going to happen, but I really hope it does.
It's not.
I think it's possible.
You think so?
I think it's very possible. I know. I could see the Knicks even maybe making a trade for Kemba Walker.
Oh, I would do it.
But what would you want in return, though? That's the question. Or what would you expect for in return?
I think Trey's willing to take anything at this point.
I'm willing to take a lot.
Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks.
No deal. I don't want to do that. I wouldn't give. I would consider it, but our two of our best role players.
It's so sad because I hate Rozier, but he's better right now.
He's better right now. I agree with you, and I agree with you 100%. And I was on the Kemba Walker boat for forever. I've always been a fan of him, and like I thought, and I'm not gonna lie, I first said that when Kyrie was still in Boston, I was saying that Kemba would be a better guard in Boston, like just a better fit for the team than Kyrie.
So depressed when that happened.
Yeah, and I was wrong. You know, he plays great sometimes, but you need from what he came from, that he needs to be.
He's just not the same physically.
Exactly, and physically and offensively, it's just I don't know what happened. And I was like I just said, I called him over. I liked him over Kyrie better as a better fit for Boston, but really shut me up with that. It's not even an argument anymore, you know?
Dude.
I think the only guy I wouldn't trade him for is Isaiah Thomas.
Would you take for Kemba Walker the Knicks first round pick that the Clippers gave them, and
100%.
And
you already got a deal.
Either like a sec. I'd say there'd be something else in there. Maybe another second round pick or a player. I don't even know who we would trade though. Kevin Knox. That's who they're probably looking to ship off. Deal. Which I disagree with, but it's kind of just a thing out of respect for him since he was a good sport, you know, being on the bench all season. You take that, a first round in Kevin Knox?
It. Deal.
What's Kemba's contract? It's not a max though, right?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Then no deal.
Let's go to the screen.
No deal. Forget the trade.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for the Knicks this offseason, I'm really just my wants would be like Kyle Lowry. I'd love on like a nice $28 million deal. Just, you know, give us finally some stability at the one position we've needed for like 8 years. And then like see all these dumb Knicks, like that's what I'm saying. Knicks Twitter and like just some people on Twitter just obviously just the way they tweet just shows that they don't watch basketball.
Lowry has aged very well.
Lowry is aged definitely, but I think he could still contribute on a good team. You know, like we're not gonna ask him to be that.
No, I'm saying he's aged well. Like,
oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, it's like all these guys on Knicks Twitter are saying like, oh, we need DeMar DeRozan. What is that gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna get his 20, 25 a game. Where are those points gonna be? All on the free throw line and the mid range. Like we need someone who's gonna stretch the floor, extend our shooting. We shot good in the regular season, but obviously everyone saw once it comes into a big game, we got smoked. You know, everyone lost their touch, and we need someone who's dependent. Like I said, Bogdanovich for Atlanta, he's worth every dollar on that contract. $80 million contract, I believe, worth every dollar. He is like, I'd say he's a top 5 shooter in the league. Because you have to realize, like,
the Bucks blew it.
Yeah, 100%. I don't even know how they fucked that up. That was just such a dumb situation that they did, like that they put themselves in. Like what?
I'm sure Sacramento could have used him.
They basically were bragging about getting him before they got him.
Yeah.
And then it got to, and then due to all the the attention around it, that the NBA was forced to, to act on it.
The Clips are pulling away.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We'll see. 11.
So update. Yeah. Moving Kimba may be difficult.
Yes,
next season he is owed $36 million.
Yep.
And then he has that is a player option in 2022-2023 at 32 years old, $37 million. And you know he's going to take that because he's not getting another contract that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shot.
They're screwed.
That's going to be tough. I could see one of the lower market teams taking that contract on, just being like, hey, like, we believe in you.
Give us 2 first-round picks and we'll take it.
Go back to your Charlotte pick, or go back to your Charlotte days. I don't know, though. That's a tough contract. Kennard with a nice 6 points on 2 for 3 in 9 minutes. Okay.
$80 million right there.
$80 million for that bench seat. I liked him. I liked him in Detroit. He fell off. Once he got to LA, he fell off.
Oh, well, it was like when they made the trade, they traded Shaman. I'm like, why are they doing that? Why are the Clippers doing that? And then it's like they got Kennard. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it.
It makes sense,
more of a pure
like
3-point shooter. But then it's like they gave him the $80 million, and that was like,
yeah, that makes sense.
And then he's just complete.
Everybody.
Yeah. I just got a commercial for the play-in tournament. Get your crap together, ESPN. That was weeks ago. We're moving on to the second round, and I'm getting commercials for the play-in tournament. This is why ESPN sucks.
Yep, agreed.
There's a bucket by Luka. Still not much defense being played. 100 to 85. Yikes. Speaking of
the over-under.
Yeah. Speaking of Kennard. He just nailed another 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
See, Christian, that's all we had to do was to get him to play well again. We just hop on a stream and talk shit about him, and then he's just
Get
like,
him riled up. Yeah,
right,
he definitely hurt us.
I'm going to go ball. I'm going to drop 9 points in 9 minutes.
I don't know.
That's a Duke legend right there.
Oof.
Nah, the real white Duke legend is Grayson
Leitner.
Allen.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that's like you need the whole top five if we're just going. What are we going? Like most hated or just best white Duke player?
I don't know. It's like you gotta kind of have to take in both to consideration what they did on the court, both
100%.
point wise and then antics.
Got to go Leitner. You got to go Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go. I don't know.
I think
Maybe
Grayson Allen has to be in there.
Grayson Allen has to be in there for
Yeah, he's
sure.
top
And I
five
was
for
gonna
sure.
say maybe Austin Rivers, just because of that shot on UNC. But I don't know. I could be missing some people for sure.
Coach K's finally retiring.
John Shire.
I don't think he's retiring. Hot take. I think he
What do you
maybe
think he's
takes
doing?
like. I think he. So I don't know. I mean,
Like he takes a year or two off and then just pops up somewhere.
I think he goes into the NBA and gives the NBA a shot.
Oh,
If the chance is right, and especially if the money's right, be the biggest coaching contract in the NBA in a while. I'd feel like.
what if Stevens hires him?
You'd have to get through a year though.
No way. See, like I don't know. That's my thing. It's like he's gonna need to see like I have these stars and I'm making more than enough. Like he's gonna need to feel content and he needs to know he's gonna have a chance to win a ring, or else it's not gonna happen. I don't know. I'm just saying, yeah, he takes maybe a year off and then he gets offered like like a freaking Raiders offered the Gruden contract, 100 mil a year. He just gets a bomb, NBA bomb. So it'd be like maybe 4 or 5, it'd probably be 5 year, and just bread.
Do you think Coach K is a good coach at this point?
I think he's a great coach. I think he's proved. I think he's the best college basketball coach. Not the best. Top 5, top 3. I'd say top 3, comfortable. And that's not even. That's my point. That's just talking about college. That's not talking about the Olympics, anything like that. Several gold medals, FIBA World Cups. Like
I know he hasn't won a championship yet, but I'd have to put Mark Few number 1 right now. College basketball wise.
All right, I respect it. Yeah,
I mean, when he took over Gonzaga, they were like, what, Panera Bread University?
Yeah, 100%. They were nothing.
Nothing.
And then they got that. I remember one of the first few years they started becoming really good. They had that huge, big white dude that was like 7'3", big guy, and they were winning games. And I was like, this is what is going on right now. This is just pretty basketball by a bunch of nobodies. Like I didn't know one guy on the team, yet these guys were going 21 seasons, 25 seasons. That was wild. I mean, obviously, you got to put Roy Williams up there.
He's gone too.
He's gone. I can see him being done now.
Yeah.
He seemed like he was more done. Did you guys see any of Coach K's press conference?
Where he's
like
gonna
make that whole season
dancing
about
and
himself.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like dancing and shit, and like I don't even know what they were doing, but they were dancing and all this stuff. So I don't know. He looked too happy. Obviously, I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Hot take. Coach K is in the NBA in 3 years.
How old is he?
3 to 4 years. Gruden contract, 5 year, 50 mil at least.
This under has no shot.
No shot.
It's dead.
That's so tough because we started out looking good. So now I technically need Dallas to somehow come back, but that's not looking too hot either. So
Kawhi's going off.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Did you mean Kawhi or Kennard?
Both.
4 or 5 in 11 minutes. Okay, Luke heard it. Yeah, so I guess we gotta hope for hockey to go a little bit better tonight.
Who does the winner of this game play?
Utah.
Utah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be a good series either way.
Yeah. Gosh, if the Clippers do advance, those games are going to be so late in the evening, and I'm going to hate it.
10-30 easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks. You knew
Yeah,
Paul
it's the
George
worst.
wasn't making that shot. What has Paul George done anything?
He's got 15 points.
Yeah, so playoff P is once again not playoff P.
I swear, if you told me he had 4 points, I would have believed you. I can't remember the last time he made a shot in this game.
I think it's been like early third, it feels like. That's just me being nice and not actually knowing.
Kawhi's just taking over. He's not going to let him lose.
Nah, I mean, we'll see. It's gonna be an interesting offseason, definitely. You guys what do you guys think about Jalen Brunson?
It's pretty good.
I like him.
I like him. I think he could I think he could start as a point guard in the league. And not be fantastic, but I think he could definitely be a solid point guard in the starting point guard in the league.
Villanova guy.
Mm-hmm. It's good, man.
Man, I kind of wanted Dallas to win just so the mess with the Clippers would happen.
Yeah, I was rooting for that too, but honestly, I think, like, let's say they get bounced in the second round, or they just don't win a championship this year in general. They don't come out of the West. Is it like, do we still consider it as like a massive failure because the Lakers are out and they're supposed to be the favorites now, and they don't make it?
I mean, I think it's a failure if they don't win a title.
For the Clippers?
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah. No, they're obviously going for I think anything less than Kawhi most likely leaves this offseason. Unless, like I said earlier, unless they can get somehow type of a deal done where they bring in.
If they go to the finals, I think he'll stay.
You think?
Yeah.
I think they would get. I don't want to bring out the broom, but I don't know. Them and the Nets in the finals. I don't know. I'd say 4-1 Nets. Just because Clippers, Clippers were a top 3, I think top 5 defense this regular season, but Brooklyn's offense is just too powerful. Like, look, Clippers are struggling to score. They'll probably get to 120, 125. They can't do that 4 games in a row. They can't do that, Brooklyn's hitting 120 every game. At least
I'd give them more of a chance if, like, Reggie Jackson and, like, guys like that weren't getting big minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got just under 9 minutes left.
This game's donezo.
It's looking like it.
Absolutely donezo.
Yeah, Kawhi is going off. It's more than 20 points now. What was the under again?
211.
211.
And it is 211 right now, I believe. If I'm not. Is it? No, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Not
close,
good,
though.
man. Give me a second. Give me about 35 seconds and I'll calculate this.
See, that's why we need the Chickster here. He's the math teacher.
Is he? 180. All right, it's at 194. Boom. 193. Boom.
You making a bet with Cam there, Trey?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
See,
Tennessee Titans are a joke.
the gap between Corey Davis and Julio right now. Yeah, Cam really hating on Julio. He's way better than Davis.
I don't love Corey Davis, but we gotta stop pretending Julio Jones is what he was 5 years ago.
AJ Brown was really excited.
Yeah, because players don't know any better. You're not winning a Super Bowl with Ryan Tannehill. I'm sorry. You can't Trent Dilfer your way to the championship anymore. Days are over.
Yeah, and Tennessee doesn't have the greatest of defenses either, so that
They
kind of
ranked 30. They ranked 30th in sacks last year.
Yeah, that's bad. That's pretty bad. And they're gonna have so much money tied up in their offense because it's like you can't let AJ Brown walk whenever the time comes. You just can't. What a 06 to 91. Man. Which, hey, everybody thought the Philly and Hawks game was done, and then Philly scores like 8 points in 40 seconds.
That was insane, dude.
That was the stupidest thing. I walked away for a while because I was like, the game's over. Did some other stuff, came back, sat down, was getting the stream set up. And while I start the stream, before I sent the invite in here, I had the game going on just to catch the end of it. And that entire thing was happening before even Trey joined. And so I was sitting here about to lose my mind. And about
Marcus
to make a...
Morris has 6 threes.
Yeah.
He's 6 of 7 from 3.
Yeah, that's tough.
And the big man Luke fighting for some extra minutes, going 3 for 5 from 3. Okay. 11 points. We'll see.
Underrated stat of the night. The Clippers are a perfect 18 of 18 from the line.
That helps. I mean,
Especially,
Dallas is out rebounding them by 12 as well. 15 to 7 on the offensive glass.
Wow. That's some hard work to lose the game when you're winning the rebound battle.
Yeah, if you look at these team stats, you would probably think that Dallas is winning. I mean, points in the paint, 52 to 30 on Dallas's side. Turnovers, that Dallas has more turnovers, 13 to 6. The Clippers have 10 steals to the Dallas's 3. Wow, that's interessante.
I like that.
I
like that.
I like to throw a little Spanish word in there every now and then, try.
Cierto.
I'm half Cuban, but I don't speak Spanish, so.
Cierto.
Those few words I do know, I try to get them in there when I can.
Yeah, I used to speak a lot of Spanish in high school, but
I wanted to learn Spanish so bad.
Spanish was required in my high school, so we took Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, and then kind of like throughout the rest of high school, there was a local Mexican restaurant that we would go to, and we would always cut it up with the dudes that worked there. So that's when we spoke heavy Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't done it in
funny. I worked in a school this past summer, and I worked with the custodial squad, and there were all these older, straight out of Dominican Republic, like born and raised there. So I started working with these guys, and from day one, they were just all Spanish, and then it would be like the one like younger dude just being like, "Oh yeah, we're about to do this, this, and this." So I was working with basically a translator for the whole summer last year. So it was an interesting experience, but I definitely picked up on some Spanish there. So my memory's just not good enough to
No.
learn a whole language, you know.
I've taken in college. I took Greek
This game's
to get.
done.
Yeah, it's getting bad. I took
When
Greek.
Paul George is hitting shots, you know it's over.
A year of
Paul
Greek.
George and Luke Kennard. I don't even remember the last time he's broke 10 points. They're definitely undefeated when he goes 10 plus.
Even if it's 1-0.
I think I think I don't even know. I don't even think that's a possible stat to find.
When you got Nick Batum blocking Boban, it's over.
Yikes.
All right, Clippers. Yeah, there's no shot that's like a findable stat.
You'd have to go through his game.
You'd have to filter.
Yeah, 100%.
You'd have to filter by Luke Kennard's his stat line, and then just see if they won or lost.
All right, I mean, he was getting some. He had a good amount of 20-point games in the regular season. Good amount meaning like maybe 3 to 4. But it's a good amount for that guy.
It's a good amount for $80 million.
Yeah, I mean, don't bring up the number, then I don't know if it's such a good amount.
Don't pay attention to the contract. Then it's good.
No, not the
then it's
contract. Good. Just Luke himself. I mean, yeah, he's just obviously fell off a little bit. Tyrese Mann's been playing a lot of minutes.
He's done well tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see one more big run out of Dallas for like the next 4 minutes to make it interesting.
It's not happening.
I know it's not happening. I want it though. You gotta want it, Trey. So you're gonna take Cam's $10 bet?
Is that what he said? $10?
Yeah, for the AFC South.
I never even accept the money anyway. I just give it to you guys for writing. Every time I've won a bet with Chickster, I give it to Krieger last time, and I gave it to McGinnis last time.
Yeah, you're like, just send it to McGinnis. Tell him it's from me. Like some mob boss. Tell him it's a gift from Father Trey.
I don't think I've ever lost a bet when I've made it with you guys. I just give it to other people.
I never got my money from a bet that I made with our former editor, because he was a Jets fan and I'm a Dolphins fan, and so we bet who would have a better season. Obviously, Miami did.
Yep.
He made that bet?
Yeah, he made that bet with me.
What an idiot.
I mean, he never paid me, so.
That's soft.
Well, he's not here, so.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fireable offense.
Definitely fireable.
That's not the reason why he left, but.
Could be one of the reasons, though.
We're gonna, after the fact, we'll say that's why.
Christian, how well do you know Krieg's Corner?
I mean, I've known him for like at least 10 years.
Golly.
And we both drive the same ice cream truck. So that's just, see him every now and then with that as well.
Yeah. Here you are chilling on the stream, and earlier he's like, sorry, you can't get to anything 12-hour shift driving an ice cream truck.
That's just one of my jobs. I got the ice cream truck, and then I also work at a restaurant, and then like I said, I also work at that school. So wherever I gotta go. That's all it is.
I feel you.
I would love some ice cream from an ice cream truck right now.
Jimmy soft serve, best in Westchester. Westchester. So
Christian, the first time I ever come to New York, I'm hitting you up, dude.
I'll
You
pull
gotta
up.
you gotta show me around.
I'm
Plus, I want to go to
less.
the Garden. I want to go to the
You
Garden
don't
so
gotta
bad.
tell me twice. Let me know when, and we're out.
I was telling Krieg's Corner all the New York people will go to a Mets game or something this summer.
Oh, I love it.
That would be dope.
Mets or Yankees, I don't care. I went to a Yankees game probably like 2 months ago, and it was funny because like obviously me and my cousin roomed for the Yankees, but we bet for a run in the first inning, and it was the second pitcher, and it was against the Astros too. That's why I was fucked up. Against the Astros too, and guy hits a fucking shot. And me and him look at each other, and we start getting hyped, and we look around. It's just all Yankees jerseys, and they're like, "What are these fucking guys doing?" Like, bro. So that was a little fun story, but it was a good time.
I've been to
Baseball games
Yankee
are
Stadium
fun.
like probably 10 times now.
Yeah, I still like Citi Field way better. I think it's just nicer. It's more fun. There's more like shit to do.
I like that McFadden's place at the Mets Stadium.
McFat. What is that? A bar? Like a bar type place?
Yeah, it's a bar outside the stadium.
Oh, you like McFadden's?
Why is it like not it?
I got some tension with that. I got some beef with that place. but
Why? Why?
It's awkward. Of course, you bring up the one bar in the whole city that
Why? Why do you got to beef
I
with it?
don't like. Poor. All right, we'll keep it. Minimal details. Poor service.
Okay.
Me and a couple of my friends went for like an all-you-can-drink, and it was just terrible. Like they were giving you beers like with the small plastic cup like that. And me and my friends after 2-3 hours, we were only able to get like 5-6 drinks, so we just got fed up with the place. Started getting a little.
Maybe you can't go for the all you can drink.
Started getting a little chirpy. We escorted ourselves out of there. That's yes, sir.
Golly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not an
Yes,
all you
sir.
can drink. That's an all they'll let you drink.
That's what I'm saying. That was my point.
Wow.
So after that,
I got so messed up there one time I couldn't find my seat.
that's funny.
I could not find my seat at the Mets game.
Hey, if you
I'm
guys
so-
are back
so
and you
gone.
really want to go to McFadden's, I'll go with you guys. That's fine.
I mean, we can
I'm
go
not
somewhere
doing
else.
all you can drink though. I'm telling you that because it was.
We
no
can go
bueno.
somewhere else.
Wherever you guys will be the visitors. You guys selection, whatever you guys want to do.
I'm not far away.
From the city?
I think Krieg's Corner typed it in. He said he can get to my house in an hour and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm basically neighbors with Krieger. I live with Krieger. I live probably like 3 minutes away from him. Drive like maybe 7 minute walk.
I'm having him come here to set up my gaming studio.
Oh yeah. Shit, I might need him to help me out with that too. Maybe you could do both in one day. Just like, yeah, because I'm trying to start playing some games with Jackson, whatever.
Yeah,
Just get
dog.
into it.
Hit it up.
I mean, what do you play that we can?
Dude,
go at
I'll
each
play
other
pretty
with
much
that?
anything. I suck, but you know what? I'm here for a good time.
That's not good energy. Got it.
No, I'm gonna give it
it's not the
110%. The one time we played Warzone, it was myself, Scott Logish, and the Chickster. We did a trio match, and it was one of the most intense games I have ever played because
I can't play those types of games.
I died. They got me back up because I'd already won my gulag match the first time.
Yeah.
And so then I landed at the big castle that was like down to the south because that's where they were headed to. And then they got killed. And there was already like 5 people there. I ended up clearing about 3 of the guys out. And I saw there was a weapons drop. So I wanted to go get my loadout. And so I parachuted down, got my loadout real quick, killed 2 guys. It was just too many because it was basically it was maybe like 5 or 6 squares worth of space left, and there was about 20 people left, and it was
Yeah.
outside of the castle to like just to the left of it, where there's just like a few hills and some rocks to hide behind. It was
Warzone's
awful,
overwhelming.
awful. I did the best I could. We got a top 5 finish though.
There it is. I used to play. I used to be a big Warzone guy, and then just kind of got a little repetitive. But like, if there's a squad, I'm down to run it and play. I was not, I wasn't bad. I was pretty solid at Call of Duty, but I don't know. Just kind of got repetitive. I've been playing like MLB recently. I've been playing a little bit of Mortal Kombat. Get back into it. And yeah, just whatever. I got a bunch of games like 2K. I like 2K. I haven't played in like forever though.
Yeah, that's me. It's like I always need to.
I'm still trying to get my PS5.
PS5. I was like, I think maybe the luckiest person to get a PS5.
You got one?
I got one like first week. You want to hear the story? It's fucked up. Now that I'm gonna tell you, you guys are gonna be like, this motherfucker.
I think I remember this. I think you tweeted this out. I think I remember the story.
I finished work one night, whatever. It was like a Thursday or a Wednesday. I don't even know. Some random day during the week. Go to GameStop. I'm like, yo, like I want to see if they got like Left 4 Dead 2 or like Biggs 2, like an old Xbox 360 game. And I go in and I see like a line. And I'm like, why is there a line? What's going on? And I get up to the cashier and she's like, yeah, the GameStop just tweeted like maybe 25 minutes ago that each location is getting 25 PS5s for pre-order. So I was like, oh shit. And I had an Xbox One before this. So I was like, oh shit, like that's pretty dope. I think, and then as we're having this conversation, by that time I look around, there's 40 people in line. No exaggeration. At least 40 people. And I'm like, all right, well, I should probably pre-order one of these, right? And she's like, oh, you were not here to do that? And I was like, no, I was here to come check out Left 4 Dead 2. And she was like, she was like, oh, the game from like 2012? And I was like, yeah, that's the one. So whatever. Basically it was a win-win. I got Left 4 Dead 2 and I got a PS5. And then I get to
don't tell Chad that story. He will murder you.
It's release day, right? All my friends are texting me like night before, like, yo, what time are you gonna go? How long are you gonna wait so the line isn't that long? I'm like, I'm not like that. I'm gonna go at store opens at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna leave my house like 9:40, 9:45, whatever. I get there. I left like 9:30. I get there at probably 9:50. I was the first person in line. Swear. I'm the first person in line. As soon as I pull up, everyone else starts coming. I get my shit. I get like an applause walking out of the GameStop, all that, and I just went home and that was it. And I was flexing it hard for like a good 2 days. Like first one in the 914 to get the PS5, all this stuff, but it was funny. It was lucky as hell. It was probably the luckiest I'll ever.
We got a comment. Psyche loves Arrow's twin flames. I don't know what the hell. That's just it's like this Los Angeles home of the Lakers. Time to go home. Like last year, Dallas. Did you think you could actually win? Crying, laughing emoji. So they are obviously super pumped.
Oh, so this guy's a Clippers fan, huh? Good for you, buddy. Good luck as well. Got a tough future ahead.
Yeah. Going back to games, I'm a huge Halo guy. I love Halo. I got done I haven't played it in about maybe 4 months, but there was a time where I played it, and the only game mode I play now, because I loved it so much growing up, and it's literally all I play now. It is Halo Reach SWAT. That's it. I always loved the SWAT game type in Halo 3 and Reach. And then they said Lakers on Suicide Watch.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's tough.
But yeah, it's literally the only game mode I play. If I'm not goofing off on campaign, because like I introduced it to my little brother who's 13, he never played Halo before, and he got the Master Chief Collection. So I played through the campaign with him, but then like on the side, I was like, you can try it if you want to. It's gonna be hard. And
Yeah.
yeah, he got murdered quite a bit. So, but I've really been thinking about firing Halo back up
Yeah.
and playing
Jackson,
some.
how many projects do you want on yourself?
No, not for this is just for me, dude. This is just to relax, which is odd to say because I would be really annoyed and frustrated while playing that game mode. But it's relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, I just honestly, I think I'm good for like my setup. Basically, I just need a like an Elgato or something.
Yeah,
you know,
I
And
need some kind of like
Yeah,
card.
I got an
that's the last thing I need.
old Elgato. The Elgato I got, it's not even like they don't have it up on the website anymore. On like how to
Yeah, I
help.
think I need
with
one
it.
of the newer ones because of the PS5. I don't know. I don't know. My friend, I'm like the least techie person. Like I got a PC.
Yeah.
I needed my friend to just like tell me which, what parts and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
and it's like what makes it easier for me is thankfully OBS can read even this dinosaur of an Elgato. So I record everything on OBS. So I've got
yeah,
it
I, I,
I've got
I
it set
like
up
that
to
as
where
well.
it can record. It records my main monitor, but there's like two scenes where one's just like if I'm playing a PC game, then it shows up on there. But then it's like if I switch
Yeah.
over to a console, then it can grab something from there.
I still haven't played a game on my PC yet, and it's like I don't know. I gotta try that. I feel like eventually.
Yeah, I'm already starting to save up for my next PC. I am going all
Yeah,
out on that thing.
I used this website. I think it's called like NZXT. Actually, pretty good. Yeah, NZXT, and it's like I said, I'm not like techie at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can buy like a pre-made one.
Yeah, but you don't
could
sound like a boomer.
select
Yeah.
a certain. Not at all.
Yeah,
I'm so not meant for this generation at all. It's crazy. Like I still write. I got like notebooks I write all my shit in. Like I'm so old school. It's crazy. But
yeah.
it's what it is.
The PC I have, I built it, and as fun as it was, I don't want to go through that stress again.
No, I'm good.
It
I
took
can't do. I can't even. If you told me you'll pay me a good amount of money to make you a PC, I would say I'm not able to do that for you.
yeah. No, it's like there's one company that I found they build great PCs, and it's only like $100 service fee. So whatever the PC is, they charge you $100 to build it, and I'm like totally worth it,
That's not bad
100%,
at all. Yeah.
100%. And they give
It's
you
the
like
same thing with the website I used. You buy it pre-made. If you want to switch a certain program or something, gives you the price. Boom, sends it to you. Done.
yeah,
You just plug it in and
yeah.
you're good.
This group what they do is like you put in an order and you just kind of tell them what you're looking for. So like I could say like I do some streaming and some gaming,
Yeah.
and that's what I need it to do. And like here's my budget, and it's like now fall within that budget and go make me a PC. I don't care what's in it. And they're like,
Yeah.
bet. And then they just churn out an amazing looking PC.
I got you.
So that's who I'm using the next time.
Right.
And I'm hoping it gets cheaper because there'll be no more pandemic. And then China just banned cryptocurrency. So all the Chinese crypto companies will stop buying up all the
shit.
GPUs and graphics cards.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping the price will start going down because graphic cards have been insane. I got in at when they were starting to get a bit more expensive, but now my PC, I built it for around 1,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay, but Trey,
These are expensive.
they're
Mine was,
expensive.
I got mine for 700. That was pre-built.
Yeah, but it's like these things they last like almost a decade.
Oh yeah,
And they
especially if you get a good one.
yeah, if you got a good one and it's like they're up to date with all the games, so you're playing all the games at the best settings, and then like they're workhorses. So like it's literally what I do everything on. So every penny I spent on it because of time of playing games
Yeah, it
and
is.
time that I'm working,
Yeah,
it's worth it.
yeah.
So,
I
but
mean,
if
very valid.
if I was to try to build this PC now, it would probably be about $1,600
Oh.
Really?
because of just the price inflation, dude. It's like
Wow.
the graphics card I have, when I got it was maybe $200. Now they're going for about as much as 500. The exact same graphics card.
That's insane. Side note on the game,
Yeah,
Scott Foster is the worst ever.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Just want to remind the people.
All right. Well, I think I need to go eat something. I'm starving.
Yeah.
Go for it, dog.
Alrighty, this was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the game wasn't that entertaining, but
yeah, I'm gonna be chilling, watch these hockey games. So
that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Exactly.
All right. Good stream. Thanks for having me, Jackson Law.
Hey, no problem, dude. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Made it more entertaining. As always. It gets awkward sometimes when it's just me.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know what to talk about. And then it just gets to the point where I'm just saying what's happening on the court.
But honestly, though, that's how most people want it, though. Just they literally, like, if they look up the game, they just want the play-by-play, you know? Sometimes it's as simple as that, but, yeah, I feel that. I would be the same. I'm the same exact way. So what? You gonna watch these hockey games or what?
I'm not much of a big hockey guy. I want to be, but this year I'm not.
I got you.
So I may do some other stuff. Like I know I've got to do another prospect video because Carl sent me the transcript for a prospect for the NBA draft.
Okay.
And so
any specific names or?
Oh, he sent it to me because he's got it done. He's got it typed up for the site, but
couple intriguing rookies this year.
Yeah, and I've got like 2 of them saved in my draft that I've been working on. Who was it? Where's Carl at? Carl. Brandon Boston Jr.
Yeah, that's who I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah.
That was actually, I mean, just a coincidence completely. Just one of the few guys I've like looked into as well so far, and yeah, I think he'll be in that Knicks, even the Grizzlies draft range as well. He'll be in that probably, maybe 15 to 30 pick, late first rounder right out of the lottery. I don't know. I mean, the Knicks. That's the thing with the Knicks this offseason is we have, I believe, the 19th pick, the 20th pick, and the 21st pick or something like that, or like the 19th, 20th, and then like 25th and 26th or something like that. I believe 4 first-round picks or 3. Oh, there goes my fan. But at least like 3 to 4 picks, and I'm hearing just from like everyone I follow on Twitter on stuff that Tibbs doesn't want any more rookies than they already have.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've heard is that Knicks trade up, they get that maybe, 15th, 14th, 13th pick, and then I've been hearing they like Brandon Boston. Obviously the Kentucky connection with the coach, what's his name, freaking Kenny Payne.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously he was right about quickly, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do the same thing and kind of just take his word for it on Brandon Boston, even though he was right. He left right before he came. Anyone you want the Grizzlies to pick up?
There's a few. I'd have to. Let me bring up the draft class real quick because
yeah, of course.
See, I don't know. It's like the Grizz are kind of in a similar position where it's like whoever they get there, like I'm sure will be good.
Yeah.
But I would imagine they'd probably spend more time in the G League to develop them.
Makes sense.
Than anything else. Let me see. Find something else. Here. Nope, not that. Dude, I hate when I click on a website and it's just like you have to scroll all the way to the bottom and click a tab to like go to the next page.
Uh-huh. It's the worst.
It's so annoying.
By definition.
Yeah. It's like I just want to scroll and let me look. Cause see, it was like I really need to reevaluate and like do more research about who I want the Grizz to take, because I was not expecting them to make the playoffs. I wasn't expecting them to even really make the play-in game. Or I figured
Yeah.
they could make the play-in game, but I just thought there was going to be better teams, and they somehow make the playoffs, and it's like,
Yeah,
cool,
it was a
that's
great
awesome,
run.
and it's like, but then that really threw me off.
100%.
Um,
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing with the Knicks. Like, once again, projected 22 wins in the season. You come out and get the 4th seed in the East and home advantage in the first round. Like, obviously the loss is tough, but we weren't even expected to be here. The main thing with that series that I think people don't take into account for is the Hawks were literally, I'd say, pretty much in the same exact spot we were this offseason, they were in last offseason.
mm-hmm.
And then that's where they filled the holes. They got Bogdanovich on a $80 million contract. They tried to extend Collins. They got Capella last season, so they made their moves to make a run, while the Knicks were just impressed in the regular season. But obviously, playoff time, you need 2 stars. You need at least your 2 guys. And Julius Randle didn't show up. His first playoffs. I don't expect him to do that next year if we make the playoffs again. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it was definitely, then people are so fast to be like, oh, that was such a letdown of the season. I was like, as not a negative person, I was like, it's one of the best seasons I've seen in probably the last 9 years since Melo.
Yeah. So I would say at the top of my target list for the Grizzlies would be Corey Kispert from Gonzaga.
Okay. I like him. That's actually good. Yeah, that's a great choice.
It's still one of the biggest needs is 3-point shooting. Like Grayson Allen can get on a hot streak. So can Anthony Melton, but they kind of were up and down. The only consistent 3-point shooter was Desmond Bane, and I mean the big difference in the Utah series, it was 3-point shooting. It was the Grizz. They shot lights out from 3 in the series because they were making like 12 or 13, which is definitely a lot more than what they've ever made, but it wasn't enough to keep up. I've heard like Franz Wagner as a possibility.
He's interesting.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah. And then,
I don't know.
And then some people are thinking like maybe Jalen Johnson, like as like a high risk, high reward type of pick.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I'd probably go Kispert or Johnson there if they're both available.
Yeah, I'd say Kispert's probably you guys' best option.
Mm-hmm.
I like his game a lot. I think that would fit you guys perfectly. Like imagine Ja, Brooks, and say it's Anderson or whoever your starting 3 is. They all come off, and then you got Kispert with Bane and Tillman coming on.
Yeah,
like, that's dangerous. If you have all your shooters next to Valanciunas and another big rebounder, it's a good team.
Yeah. So, but it's just gonna be if he's gonna be available there. Like I've looked at a lot of drafts and they have Kispert falling some.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprises me, but listen, if he's available at 17, I would take him.
He slips a little bit too. Just I don't know, just a personal feeling of it.
Yeah.
No knowledge to it, just the feeling.
Man, they got my boy Moses Moody really up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like. I've seen like. I saw a draft one time that had him going like top 6.
Yeah. No
depending
way.
on
Really?
who. Yeah, like I switched. Like I'm just looking around, and I'm on CBS right now. They've got him at 8.
Jeez.
Which is that's
wild.
That is pretty wild.
I mean, like we saw last year, with Patrick Williams, like the season was over, guy was projected a late first rounder, and then he just after the tape and maybe a couple workouts. I don't even think there was workouts last year, so I think it was right off the tape. And this guy climbed all the way to a lottery pick, top 5 pick. That's That's unheard of. At least to me, I can't even I can't think of another. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis was just a no name when we took him, but he,
Yeah. All right.
interesting.
Well, the game is officially over. Hockey will be
Yes,
starting
sir.
soon. I'm a little on
Yes,
the hungry
sir.
side. So, but Christian, man, hey, it was good to finally like sit down and chat basketball
Of
this way
course.
with you. I know we've chatted in the past before, but this was more of a relaxed
Yes, sir.
setting.
Hopefully we get a couple more games and before the playoffs end.
Yeah, absolutely. I fully intend on doing some of the second round, of course. And then, of course, when it gets down to the conference finals and the NBA finals, especially, it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be like an every night affair if the series are good.
And you've been on your grind, so yeah, this is good for you. You got a couple days off before shit starts getting real serious. So.
But
yeah, man.
Yeah, but appreciate it, Christian. Appreciate everyone that stopped by.
Yes, sir.
Huge thanks to you guys. Big reason why we do it is because people seem to be wanting to watch it. So that's why a lot of us take time out of our day to sit and we're watching basketball anyway, so just might as well and chat and have a good time. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jackson. That's Christian from Vendetta Sports Media, and we will catch you guys the next